Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Vandalia By The Way. My name is Rich Hopkins. I'm the communications manager for the city. And on today's program, we've got some terrific tips, all designed to keep you, your family, and your holiday purchases safe during the upcoming holiday season. We're also going to find out why the Vandalia Senior Citizen Center may very well be the busiest place in town this coming December. But our first stop today is here at the intersection of Northwoods and I-75, where, as you can see, there are some traffic lights installed that city officials hope will keep this intersection running much more smoothly in the coming years ahead. There's no denying that traffic in and along Vandalia has increased over the past several years as new businesses bring more vehicles onto the roadway. Public Service Director Rob Cron says it was time to address the problems before they got any worse.
There's been a lot of traffic congestion up at the ramps here on Northwoods Boulevard, so we've partnered with ODOT to install the new traffic signal here to try to help out with that problem.
The signal has been installed, but crews will still need to wait for electrical service before those lights are functional.
This new signal, when it's up and active, should help keep the traffic flowing through here, and we won't have trucks and vehicles backed up clear down the ramp to I-75, and they also won't be backing up across the bridge.
Cron is also watching closely on the latest phase of Streetscape, which is designed to give the National Road Business Corridor a new look.
This would be phase 5 of our Streetscape. They're working on the north side of National Road, just to the west of Dixie there, getting ready to install the tree grates, and shortly after that we'll see the brick pavers going in, and they'll also be beginning the work on the south side of the road, with first will come the curb installation.
One last note on the roadway involves driving during the snow and ice season, which is right around the corner.
We're getting our vehicles and equipment ready for our snow and ice control. We're going to be out soon. We know it's coming. One thing that we do ask our residents is please drive slow when you see us out there. And as well, in our downtown area where the parking lots are, when you have the contractors and those people come in to clear the snow in your lots, we ask that you do not push that snow out into the street. Once we've plowed the roads and you push the piles out in the street, that creates a hazard for our public as well.
The holiday season brings on another set of driving concerns for local law enforcement, who too often are called when something goes horribly wrong. Crime Prevention Officer Doug Nagel says a simple agreement at the beginning of an evening of holiday revelry can make things much safer for everyone involved.
The big thing we need to remember is safe driving, is to designate a driver. Out of your friends, that's the person that doesn't drink, but establish at the beginning of the night, or if you're at a relative's house, just plan on staying there for the evening. That's a simple solution. You'll have to travel, and you'll be more rested for the next day travel. But we do need to remind that. As well as we're going from place to place, we do kind of get in a rush. It's to remember to slow ourselves down, so we watch our speeds. With the increased travel, also, it's the opportunity for increased accidents. That's something we want to see. So make sure you buckle up and take your time driving.
And while we're talking about holiday safety, there are also some good tips you need to know while you go about your Christmas shopping.
First thing to keep yourself safe is to be aware of your surroundings. If you're in a parking lot and it's nighttime, try to park away from other vehicles, closest to entrance as you can, and maybe under a light. The second thing is to lock your car up. Don't leave stuff in plain view. Put it in the trunk if you're a shopping place, or bring it inside at night. But to lock your car up, that's most important.
Officer Nagel says you should also take care to minimize the number of items you're carrying from store to store by making regular stops at your car.
As you go shopping, if you're at a mall, is not to carry all those bags with you all the time. Is to probably take some of the bags out to your car, maybe lock in there, and then go back in. That way your hands aren't all tied up, and it's not as easy to grab stuff from you as you're walking along.
Vandalia's Senior Citizen Center is also getting ready for the Christmas season with some special programs coming up this month. For starters, the center is planning its members-only catered dinner, which will have a holiday theme to it. You can find all the details on that meal on the center's website, vandaliaohio.org. Coordinator Tony Williams, meanwhile, says the center is also doing something a little special with the monthly movie moments. The first 2 Fridays of December will feature their typical movie fare, but the last 2 Fridays take on a Christmas flavor.
And then our Christmas ones. Tuesday, December 15th at 1:45, Genesis Troy Healthcare will bring some Christmas treats to see Prancer Returns. And then the last one, Tuesday, December 22nd at 1:45, Gina Havenar from Home Instead will bring Christmas treats for Ernest Saves Christmas.
Those 2 extra movies for the month are just part of what's already shaping up to be a very busy December. One of the highlights of the month is a lunch and learn session focusing on your hearing health.
Hearing Solutions is doing a lunch and learn on December 29th, which is a Tuesday. You need to sign up by the 22nd. They're talking about how hearing loss affects your brain. And if you have a hearing aid, they will give you a free pack of hearing aids also at that lunch and learn.
On December 14th, the center has a 1 p.m. session planned for a speaker who has some interesting stories to tell about one of Dayton's most famous sons.
Karen Rosga from the Dayton Aviation Heritage National History Museum. She's coming to talk about Paul Laurence Dunbar when he went to the Chicago's World Fair in 1893. And he met a lot of important people at that time at that fair, and it influenced his writing. And I also have a show that I'm going to show right after that shows pictures from the World's Fair. So it's kind of a double feature that day.
One last note on the Senior Center. As we head into the new year, it will soon be time to start thinking about your taxes. Williams says that members and non-members alike can get their taxes done by professionals absolutely free, but you must sign up for the service in advance.
We do have free tax preparation here from February 2nd, which is a Tuesday, through April 12th, which is Tuesdays. We're only doing it on Tuesdays. The appointments are between 9 and 3. Now, you must come into the center or send somebody for you into the center to sign up. We cannot take those phone calls because I wouldn't get anything done. So that is coming, and we have a group, I believe, of 6 people that'll be doing that this year.
Our next stop today is at Vandalia's Stone Quarry Crossings, where construction crews are making headway on a major building project. Assistant City Manager Greg Shackelford says the new headquarters for Superior Abrasives is closer than ever to completion.
They actually started laying down some paving in the parking lot just last week, is what I understand. Which is a good sign that they're continuing to make progress. We had heard at one point, they had originally targeted the end of the year, which is just, there's no way. But it's probably April, May is more realistic now.
When the project is completed, the development will have a sleek, new, modern-looking building and a fair amount of new employees to staff it.
The moment they open their doors, they're going to bring probably in the neighborhood of 85 employees to the city, looking to hire another 25.
More jobs are also on the horizon on the city's east end as Johnson Electric hits the home stretch in an exciting expansion project.
They should be done sometime in December with their, they're going to do potentially 3 phases of an expansion. The first phase is about 14,000 square feet that they're close to completion. And the whole goal within like about a 5-year period would be to complete 2 additional phases that would end up being a total of about 30,000 square feet. And they've conservatively said that they feel like they can bring in another 100 employees.
Shackelford says the project has had a very deliberate pace to it, as there's a good amount of specialized equipment that will need to be installed before those doors open.
Very capital intensive what they're doing. It's a different product line than they currently have. That'll be more focused on injection molding for the automotive industry.
One other economic note to pass along, Stolly Machinery is continuing to make progress on an expansion project taking place at their Webster Street location.
They got about a 15,000 square foot expansion that they're getting close to completion on. Probably sometime middle of the first quarter we'll have that done. That'll bring in 40 employees that are currently in Miami Township, and then they're looking to hire another 40, which is pretty high paying jobs as well. So it's good stuff for the city.
Vandalia's Parks and Recreation Department has good stuff in the mix as well for the baseball and softball players in your home. Believe it or not, now is the time to start thinking about signing your kids up for the upcoming baseball and softball seasons.
Spring will be here before we know it, and baseball, softball registration will begin at the end of December. So keep an eye out for that online program guide to get some information about fees and the specials that we're running for registration. We offer programs for 3-year-olds all the way up to 18-year-olds. Good quality rec program that your kids are sure to enjoy.
Recreation Supervisor Alicia McCracken says the baseball and softball programs are among the most popular programs offered all year long.
We service over 600 kids in the community. playing baseball and softball, and this park is hopping in the middle of the summer. So come on out and get your kid a spot in the program.
If you think you may want to sign your kids up, it's best to act fast, as early bird registration comes with a nice little discount.
Register online and save $10 off the registration fee, and register in person and receive $5. And both of those will have more specific dates, but there's definitely discounts for all.
One final note for the month. Vandalia's Christmas tree is in place for the holiday season. Crews arrived at the Van Arden Drive home of Casey and Stephen Maxton in late November with chainsaws and large transport equipment at the ready. The Maxtons donated the tree, and a few short hours after they arrived, crews had the tree in its new home, just in time for an early December tree lighting and the rest of the holiday season. Now, this Christmas tree is going to be in place here at the Vandalia Recreation Center through the month of December into January. Plenty of time for you to come out and check this tree out. That's going to do it for this edition of Vandalia By The Way. I'm Rich Hopkins. From all of us here, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.